Hello class, Mr. DeCoco here with another distance learning video lesson. This is video lesson number 8, and last video lesson you read about the Industrial Revolution. You answered some questions on it, and you learned about how industry gets started in the United States and how people in the United States make a shift from mostly farming to working in factories. Today I just want to recap some of those points that you learned about, some of the main points, and introduce the new topic. So Industrial Revolution, why did it start in New England, of all places? Well, you learned that New England had rushing water, fast-moving streams. That was one reason. Fast-moving streams would provide power to the water wheels that powered the factories. Another reason it started in New England was because they had a larger population. You had a lot of people who could work in factories. Another reason was that it was close to resources such as the coal mines of Pennsylvania, as well as the ports of New England. So these are reasons why it started there and not elsewhere. And from New England, industry spread. It spread to other states, but it pretty much took hold in the North while the South stayed agricultural. Next section is titled Westward Bound. Last chapter and the chapter before, we learned how the United States grew, got a lot bigger, went from 13 states, and at this point it was 20-something states and a bunch of territories. We were a rapidly growing country, and all the new land was out west. So what happens is more and more people start moving west. Not only to farm, though, but also to tap into the resources that are necessary to provide raw materials for industry. So people are looking for bigger, better ways to get west. And our national government comes to the conclusion that we need to have better systems of transportation. We need to have easier ways to get out west. Better ways than just getting in a wagon and being drawn by horses and just riding west till you get to where you need to go. At first, people used rivers. And then over time, canals, railroads, and national roads were built. So the huge amount of territory that was added during the early 1800s gave our country a large storehouse of natural resources and also a lot of fertile farmland. And again, this is why people wanted to get there. One other thing you'll learn about this lesson when you do your reading is the Erie Canal. Over time, canals are going to start to be built across the United States. And the most famous of these canals, and the largest one actually, was the Erie Canal. The Erie Canal would take many, many years to build, but when it was completed, it would connect New York City with the city of Buffalo. And it's one of the big reasons why New York State became one of the largest states in the country, and it still is today. Although we're not the largest state population-wise anymore, we're in the top 5. Okay, I don't know exactly where we rank at this moment, but we're definitely in the top 5. And you can thank the Erie Canal for that. The Erie Canal allowed goods from New York City to travel throughout the state. It allowed raw materials from upstate New York and from outside the state of New York to get to New York City. Now you're probably saying, well, wait, the Erie Canal was in New York, so how did goods get from outside of the state? Well, the Erie Canal, it started in New York City, went all the way to Buffalo. Buffalo borders two of the Great Lakes, Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. It's like right in the middle of those two lakes. So by getting to the Erie Canal, you could literally access the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes were all interconnected. And of course, from the Great Lakes, you can get to the Atlantic Ocean. So it would take a long time, but it could be done. And as you can see, goods have a lot of different travel combinations. And they can come from far and wide in and out of the state and also the country. So for tonight, you're going to be doing a little reading. I would like you to read chapter 10, section 2. That's about the building of national roads, canals. There is a small section on the Erie Canal. And then there are going to be some questions that go along with that. There will be a link, just like the other assignments. Use the book to find the answers to the link. And I'm also going to add a couple short video clips. I highly recommend watching the video clips, especially the one that shows you how a lock works. You've probably heard of a lock before. A lock is almost like a water staircase, if you will. I'm making that up. That's not what it is. But a lock is something that enables boats to go up and down from lower elevations of water to higher elevations of water. So if you ever wondered how can they build a canal over uneven land, well, they settle the problem by building locks so the boat can transition from one level of water to another. And it's hard to explain. That's why I'm saying you should watch that video. It gives a great visual and explanation of how it works. And once you see that video, it'll be very easy to understand. So do your reading, do your questions, watch the videos. And until next time, stay safe, stay sound, healthy, and hopefully we'll see you soon. All right, take care.